うるせえバーカ。
バカバカバカバカ。
Marvel Studios yesterday dropped a 5.5 hour live stream, racking in, I believe, what was it? I think it was a total I literally just had the number. That's actually crazy. There we go. 275 million digital views.
5
I
hours
woke up.
and it was some chairs.
I woke up, got a message from the homies, bro. Went to work, and it was literally just like Dre said, it was just a bunch of fucking chairs. And at first I was kind of like, I didn't really know what to think of it at first, but then as like time went on, I started to realize like, okay, they're revealing the Doomsday cast of characters, at least the first wave, say, of characters, because there's more coming, I guess, later on. But yeah, bro, we got a fat ass list of Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four characters coming on the big screen for the first time ever, at least in live action format.
Yeah, that's facts. This is about to be a high paid movie.
Yeah.
Do or
next
die,
year.
bro. If they fumble this,
the first thing I think about when I see like just the cast, like Robert Downey and just all the OG X-Men, the new Fantastic Four cast, like, bruh, the budget, and they're releasing this movie next year. Like, how is the visual effects cast gonna even be able to make this work, bro?
I mean, they're probably gonna go the Infinity War route, you know, like
split them all
Infinity
up.
War, like they didn't have like an extreme amount in there, but it definitely put down a couple of stones for Endgame to be a lot more explosive.
Facts.
So I think that's what their setup is gonna be with Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Nah, I feel that. We're gonna cover all our thoughts and more, obviously. For those just now joining in, if you're new here, welcome to Baka Talks. My name is Nappy. I got my boys with me, Dre D Boy and OP Lock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope y'all are doing good. We're here to discuss our thoughts, opinions, reactions, expectations, hopes, dreams, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to classify it as, in regards to the cast and just how we think the movie's gonna go, what other characters may pop up in our opinion. But if you're new here, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, ring that bell. We do a lot of manga related content, comic related content, gaming, all types of stuff. So be sure to tap in with us, man. But I want to get through this list first, man, because this list is long as hell. This list of characters they drop. I'm not gonna go over like the actor's name, obviously, but we got Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, Loki, Sentry, Alina, Falcon, Magneto, Bucky, and Baku, Thor, Beast, Cyclops, Gambit, U.S. Agent, Sue Storm, Mystique, Professor X, Nightcrawler, shout out to the boy, Black Panther, Namor, Reed Richards, Ghost, Johnny Storm, Red Guardian, Doctor Doom, obviously, The Thing, and the leader, the boy, Anthony Mackie, Captain America. So
He's gonna be the leader. Like, is he fronting? Like, he's front line of this movie?
I would assume so, just because he's Cap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously they could do a completely different thing. But I mean, yeah.
To be honest, Steve Rogers' Cap didn't really lead shit. It was always fucking Tony anyway. Like, they were doing stuff. So I doubt Anthony's gonna be like lead, but you know.
Yeah, he'll be in the forefront for sure. There's gonna be that group of characters that are just gonna be in the forefront in the final battle. You know what I'm saying? So, but
no Deadpool.
I think they're saving Wolverine, potentially Wolverine, I would say. But Deadpool, Spider-Man, I saw today, or was it yesterday? They're saving Spider-Man for Secret Wars because his next movie, his solo movie, Spider-Man 4, whatever the title is going to be, is taking place at the same time that this movie's taking place. So
yeah, it would make sense. I don't think this cast is going to take Doom out in one go.
Hell
no. Yeah, so It's all gonna
it was
lead
What
into
Secret
do you
that
guys
Wars.
Secret
think it's
Wars.
gonna be? The old Doom that they iterate, like the
No,
first movie?
they're doing the whole
They're doing
Tony Stark
variants.
variant, but he's not Tony Stark. He's Victor Von Doom, but got Tony Stark's face. So I've been seeing all types of theories out there in terms of like maybe
Wait,
he was an orphan and got adopted by the Von Dooms. Like he was like orphaned as Tony Stark, and then he got adopted by the Von Dooms.
They've done runs where like a version of Tony. It was like, what if Tony became Doom type thing instead of
Yeah,
Iron Man. So
yeah.
I
I
thought that
assume
was
they're doing that.
I thought that was when Victor Von Doom took the mentality of Tony Stark, and then or vice versa. I thought that was like the. But if they're only doing one Victor Von Doom,
No, it's probably gonna be multiple. And even if they did, it's gonna be like what they did with a lot of the other characters. It's gonna be like this. Our universe's Doom is that, or not because Tony was Tony. It's probably some
This
other
is definitely a
version.
different
Yeah, it's
universe,
definitely
yeah.
just a different version. It's gonna be that Tony, but he became Doom instead of Iron Man. And then it's gonna be because Doom's always like power hungry type shit. So he's probably gonna fuck up something with the multiverse, kind of like he's doing in
And
Marvel Rivals. So
he's a central figure in Secret Wars in the comics too. Like he's
Yeah.
the reason like Battle World even became to be. So I doubt that he's dying in this movie. So I'm
there's
sure we're
no
gonna
way.
see him again in Secret Wars.
He's
But
on Strange's level of like magicianry. So I doubt it.
yeah, no, I don't. And plus, like this cast too, that like we see, like there's heavy hitters on this cast, but this isn't the cast that I'm like, okay, like this is the people that's gonna like take down Doom. Like, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of these people are gonna get washed.
yeah.
Like,
They might
like,
treat him like they did in Deadpool. Some
I don't know if they'll
they
go
either
that
get
far.
washed or they'll get their little cameo moment where they're popping off, and then it'll do that little cliffhanger thing. Everyone it
Because how
leads
many
up,
times have we
pops
seen
off.
Professor X die at this point in live action, bro?
Bro, I hope they don't
Like
do
not
him
only in
dirty
the
again.
X-Men, the OG trilogy, and then you got Logan, and then you got Doctor Strange.
They better not do him dirty, bro, because there's no
Damn.
way Wanda
Yeah.
would have did him like that. I promise you that.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
But looking through this cast though, man, like it generated a lot of hype. I was definitely seeing. For me, it was just seeing the OG X-Men pop up. I wasn't expecting that.
That is fire.
Like bringing back the OG cast. I feel like I don't know if you guys y'all haven't seen the Marvels yet. I don't think.
No.
The show, no.
Nah, the movie.
The
The
movie.
Marvels.
Uh-uh.
There's a X-Men post-credit scene from like a different universe. So I feel like these characters may be from that iteration that we saw. Especially like since the first person they named off as far as like the X-Men was Beast yesterday. So I have a feeling that
Yeah, that's tough.
it's most likely gonna be. It's obviously it's not gonna be the OG universe from like Fox and all that, but it'll be like.
I mean, they could. Okay.
Because Nightcrawler's dead from that universe. Ain't he? Didn't he die next too? I haven't seen a movie in a long time. That's like
It's
early
been a fat
2000s.
minute, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nightcrawler died in that movie. And obviously, like Mystique don't even got powers in that movie either from Final Stand. And Professor X is dead from that universe too. So, but y'all thoughts on the casting so far? What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all gripes? I'm trying to hear it. People trying to hear it.
I'm honestly interested on how they're gonna do this. I'm not really mad at the cast though. Per se, like I honestly think the cast would be decent for what the movie is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really think it's not a movie that I'm like super in like wanting to be engaged with, I guess you could say. Like it's not a movie I'm extremely excited for, but I mean, I feel like it'll be an enjoyable movie for sure.
For me, I mean, it's on my radar as most Marvel movies are. Am I super excited? Not yet. obviously we've only seen some chairs and the cast and all that stuff. I'm kind of like intrigued, I guess you could say. I more so want to see like what they do, how they go from here, because obviously we know they're setting up for Secret Wars, Battle World. Will they full reset? Who knows? Because it's our Marvel. We don't know what they're gonna do at this point, especially with how Kang went. So,
Yeah, I want to get into
obviously
that
that
too.
was like legal stuff. But I mean, he's cleared now. I'm pretty sure I seen something that like Disney's was in talks or something of bringing him back. I don't know what they would do with him if they did, but like I just want to know like how this all leads up. Obviously, we're gonna get our new Fantastic Four after that movie drops. They're gonna be in it. I'm excited for the character cast. I'm excited to see all of these characters finally come back. X-Men. I've been waiting for mutants for so long, and we're finally building into that. Just seeing them back in the MCU in general, to be honest. But yeah, I'm kind of
No,
like I'm just holding my expectations. Let's go. And I don't want to get like all excited. Then we go to the movie, and then I'm like, it's mid or it's trash. I think they did good with Deadpool. I had a good time watching that movie. I had pretty decent expectations based off the trailer and stuff. So once we see a trailer, I think I can gauge it a little bit more. Maybe get more excited. Maybe see where their heads are at with all of it. My only concern is the the nostalgia bait and the RDJ bring back.
yeah, I do. I want to segue into that actually. I appreciate you for bringing that up because with the whole Kang thing, obviously, like a lot of people were disappointed that they axed Kang because this was supposed to be Kang Dynasty. This movie, for those that don't
Yeah.
know, if you live under a rock, like this movie was supposed to be Avengers Kang Dynasty. It was supposed to be the whole Kang council, the Council of Kang, and the the Conqueror variant that we saw in Ant-Man, Quantumania. But obviously with Jonathan Majors and everything that happened with him over the past couple years, that's not happening anymore. So I feel like it's a good bounce back. I feel like Marvel, like you said, they're at this point where they're self-aware. They have people that be online. I'm sure the actors themselves, they even know. They know they can't fuck this up anymore. Like we've been getting a lot of mid. There have been some solid hitters in terms of the MCU, but there's just been so much. It's just convoluted at this point.
I think it's
so
just
much
what's mid is like the overarching. I think the movies themselves have been pretty okay for if we like go off the list of like what's dropped recently. I think it's just the overarching story of like how is this going to be Avengers? How is this going to tie in? Whenever they do go big, it kind of just flops. Beside like the last good one, obviously was like with everyone was Endgame. That was like the last huge one. And then they've been kind of just flopping the shows and flopping the movies here and there. Like Miss Marvel should have been bigger, I think. Or the Miss Marvels, I don't know the actual title, but that movie, that movie probably should have been way bigger than what it was. I think the Black Widow movie was kind of I think they changed a lot of stuff that didn't need to be. Not that I'm mad about like gender swaps or anything. It was just mostly story, like Taskmaster being what Taskmaster was. And even they kind of flopped with the what if, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I didn't know they could.
What if?
I didn't know they could fuck that up, honestly, because it was animated.
Wait.
They could have done whatever. People, I don't know if they fucked it up. I think they went in a way that people weren't expecting and didn't really enjoy the most. It was okay from my understanding.
Yeah. I feel like
We're
people
talking
right
about
now-
the recent Black Widow movie.
Yeah,
that's the
I was
one.
just going off recent stuff that I thought,
Oh,
and I didn't really name everything. I think Spider-Man was good.
Guardians, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Guardians.
Obviously, like Moon Knight was solid in my opinion.
Deadpool was solid.
Falcon-
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter
Loki
Soldier,
was
Deadpool,
solid.
Loki.
It felt like
I think the new
after
Cap is
all
getting a
those,
lot of unnecessary hate too.
valid. I haven't seen the recent Cap lately. I do gotta tap in, but it was
It's
mostly.
basic, but it's not ass.
I think we're left, like you said, in that spot of like, what are we doing? as far as like the big overall story, like what are we going towards?
Yeah.
I think
Obviously now we're doing the
Galactus.
Doomsday shit. Yeah.
Shang-Chi too. Shang-Chi was fire. I feel like right now Marvel's in a state where they know that they have to do something. And obviously bringing back Robert Downey, that has mixed reactions from the audience because people have been waiting for Victor Von Doom to pop up in the main continuity of the MCU for decades. They've been waiting for the
Right.
Fantastic Four. They've been waiting for Doctor Doom. They've been waiting for the Galactus, Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting Sentry. Like we're getting all these characters that we've been wanting. But I feel like bringing back the Russo brothers, bringing back the X-Men, finally getting through all the legal issues in terms of like getting like the X-Men and all the other Fox characters from Fox themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And establishing them in the MCU, like they're going all out. It's really all or nothing now.
Do
And
y'all think it was warranted? Do y'all think we needed art? Like, did they need the hype of RDJ to? I think just Doom itself, low key, was enough. Like, if they had just
I feel
dropped
like
Doom and then a good actor with Doom, it would have been
it's a story
the
point. I
same.
think I feel like they're
I
going
think
for the
Yeah.
emotional factor. Like
if
when we get that unmasking moment and the characters see, like, oh shit, Tony, but it's not Tony. Like he's killing our friends. Like it's Tony, but it's not Tony. You
Valid.
know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's gonna be that hitting factor that they're going for. Like I said, bringing back the Russos, bringing back all these OG characters. Like the Russos don't miss. Like the Russos are what gave us peak Marvel within the first couple phases. With all the movies they made, the Avengers movies, the Cap movies, you know what I'm saying? Like they gave us
True.
like the best that Marvel has. And if you ask like just a general casual Marvel fan, they're probably going to tell you like the Avengers movies or the Cap movies are probably my favorite. Civil War, Winter Soldier, you know what I'm saying? Like those are like the heavy hitters. So bringing back the Russos after they said they were done after Endgame, paying Robert Downey whatever amount they paid him to come
they're
back, like
they're paying him
banking.
LeBron numbers.
I think it's even more than Brock
It
numbers. I
might
ain't
be
gonna lie.
more low key.
I
Yeah.
think it's even more. Terry, do you feel cautiously optimistic, or are you just kind of just locked in? Are you just sold?
I mean, sold as far as what? Like, am
Do
I
you
like,
think this is gonna be a banger?
um, I think there's gonna be a bunch of gripe from the outside voices talking about the movie. I think I'm more optimistic about the route of the movie and the phase that they're going into. I think it's gonna make it. I don't know, with the multiverse thing that they're doing now, I just feel like they do have pretty much 100 million routes to go. And I mean, when you really think about it, the multiverse route was probably their only way because you can only do in a normal Avengers movie for so long. You can only do like a specifically just a Thor or just a Iron Man or so on and so forth. You can only do those universes for so long before they get bland. So the fact that I feel like that they're starting to branch out and bring more stories into the Marvel universe as we know it, that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah,
I think for
I
me
feel
it
you.
was like Secret Invasion. That's when I like tapped out of like really being into, because I was really into the Marvel shit during like WandaVision, Loki, Captain America show, and all that. I was like really hyped, really ready. And then it got to Secret Invasion, and then I kind of didn't even know. I didn't really see a lot of press for the Marvels as much. That's just me personally. I don't know if I just wasn't on the internet back then when it was dropping or whatever.
People be
I didn't
hating on
really.
Brie Larson too, so that
People
definitely
were,
helps.
yeah, people were kind of already hating on that. So I was like, I just watch it when I watch it. And then Secret Invasion dropped. I watched that, and then I was like, are we losing the plot? And then Ant-Man 2, or not 2,
Three.
what was it, 3? Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was just weird how they were able to just drop off that version of a Kang
Yeah,
when they were
Ant-Man's
trying to
just
build him
weird.
up to be the big bad of the next Avengers, I was just confused. But obviously, they didn't get to finish that plot because of the legal stuff happening literally right after that movie dropped. So I think I was
Yeah.
just
He had
checked
brought
out.
up
I'm ready to be back in though. Like Terry said, I don't think they can do that bad. Like you said, Russo brothers are coming back. They have this large cast, all this money invested. I don't think they can afford to do this movie bad, especially because the next movie will be Secret Wars, as far as we know.
in
Yeah.
terms of the cast and the hype factor, I feel like it's gonna be a commercial success just by that alone. But this movie has such a high ceiling
True.
in terms of like what they could do with the story and like what they could do with these characters. Like
That's
you said, not
facts.
just be a nostalgia, like, oh my god, there's Scott Summers, there's Professor X, there's Magneto, you know what I'm saying? There's Nightcrawler. Like they could actually do something with that story. Like these people are established in their own universe. Like we could like dive into that without just seeing them for like 15, 20 minutes and then you kill them off. Like Doom just kills them off. Like I'm not saying Doom don't
Yeah.
need to like step on niggas. I want Doom to step on niggas because that's just what Doom does. But at the same time, like I want us
We
to
don't
like
need a
actually
Doctor
respect.
Strange 2 moment, I don't think. Or what
Exactly.
was
I
it, Doctor
don't. We
Strange
don't want a
3?
multiverse of madness where
Yeah.
they're just getting dropped off, like
Or
Black Bolt getting dropped off.
Yeah, that
it
was
dropped off in
crazy.
dumb
Like,
ways too. It was like, hey, his ability is to say things and it becomes really loud, and then she just zips his mouth and kills him. I was so, oh, that blew
yeah,
my mind, bro.
And just everything that they've been doing, like outside of the movie itself. Like I haven't really seen Marvel like for a project this big. I've never seen Marvel be this open about it. Like I don't know if you guys remember, I sent the concept art that leaked. Like someone leaked all the concept art for the movie. It had Black Panther, it had Doom, and Doom looked cold. Like the all white Doom fit. Doom looked cold. They had Damson Idris as like the concept version of like T'Challa.
I
They
saw
had
that. I
like
saw that on
they had
TikTok.
She-Hulk, they had Scar, they had Bruce. Like they had a lot of like different like there's a lot of cool shit in the concept art. And then like the Russos doing interviews and like talking about like what they're trying to do with Doom. Like that's fine. But like them just being like this open about it and then them doing what they did with the like a 5.5 hour live stream, bro. Like I went up in there a couple times. There's like 10 million people just actively just watching, bro. Them just pull out chairs with people's name on it, and like that the act itself isn't hype. It's the names attached to the chairs that bring the hype. But at the same time, I feel like the biggest thing is they know they have this is the movie that's going to pull people back in. This is the movie that's going to make
Has
Marvel
to.
Marvel again. They really can't afford it not to.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I definitely agree with that. Because if they flop this movie, it's cooked.
I mean,
Like, don't
yeah,
get me
I
wrong,
low-key
they
agree.
could always redeem themselves with a fan favorite, like a Spider-Man movie or something. But like at the end of the day, that nobody's gonna care about
As
these movies
much,
like they
yeah.
used to.
As
Nobody's
much
gonna want to
as
go to no premiere.
it'd be like every year waiting for that drop or waiting for that end of movie
yeah, bro, do
cutscene
you
from one of the
remember how
movies.
that shit used to be
Yeah.
like 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
Especially when
Like,
Avengers
do you
dropped, it
remember
was
that?
peaked.
Like, do you
Yeah,
remember like just being there premiere night for Infinity War, being there premiere night for Endgame, Civil War, you know what I'm saying? Black Panther, like all these movies were just bangers, bro. And it just kind of just lost that like they just kind of lost their identity once the OG cast kind of faded back and they started just wanting to do like bring Disney Plus up off his feet and bring all the original shows in. And I'm saying like the shows are good. Like Daredevil right now is good. Like I feel like Marvel is starting to like they're self-aware. Marvel is very self-aware. Kevin Feige is self-aware. Everyone like involved when it comes to these IPs and these properties, like they're self-aware. Even the actors are self-aware. The actors,
I don't even think the shows were that, like, the concept of having them be the shows is fire. They could easily bring in these new characters, let everyone get introduced. It was just the execution of some of them just wasn't up to par.
and it's just like homework too. You got to
Yeah, and
literally
yeah,
like be
making
caught
everyone
up
be
with
in.
everything, bro.
I didn't even think
It's a
about that.
lot.
Yeah, you're right. maybe someone didn't watch the movie or watch the show, and then they're like, the movie drops, and like, who the fuck is this? And they're just confused.
Exactly.
I can see that, yeah.
Because I haven't even seen Agatha yet, and I'm hearing Agatha's talking about Mephisto. You got Death in there. You got I'm pretty sure Billy, Wanda's son is back. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's just, I feel like that's just kind of the thing that kind of brought the MCU down, is the fact that like you have to be caught up not only on all the movies, and there's like 20 plus movies. You have to
true.
be caught up on all the shows too.
Because I'm guessing Miss Marvel's probably had that problem too. Or I said Miss Marvel's, the Marvels, because Monica was in WandaVision.
Yep. And
They probably would have watched that movie and been like, what the hell?
Still haven't watched the Marvels, or I haven't
Miss
really
Marvel
watched
had
either
her own
show.
show too. She's essentially the first like official mutant in the MCU that they've like categorized as like a mutant.
Wait, who?
Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Oh, okay.
They changed their powers to. My friend told me about that, and I didn't very much enjoy that either.
They changed her powers.
She has more cosmic powers.
It's more
to
cosmic.
kind of replicate what Rambeau and what Captain Marvel has.
Compared to like, she has almost not Reed Richards levels, but she's like another character that can like change her body shape and shit. At least in the comics.
Pretty much, she can make herself a giant. She can make giant like she can enlarge parts of her body and shit. But they made it so that she makes like energy constructs instead
of it. Yeah.
Of that. So, I mean,
I'm
not a huge fan of Miss Marvel like that anyway, so I didn't really care. But we are getting Spider-Man in between. They just announced today that Chameleon's probably gonna be the main villain in that, which I feel like could be interesting if they do Chameleon justice. And like I said, Daredevil Born Again, y'all should watch that.
Yeah, I gotta tap in.
That Daredevil has been very, very good, very good. So, but all in all, we gonna have to just see, man. We're gonna have to see. I'm kind of in that phase now, where after like, you know, it's been a day since the reveal, everything's kind of like, my nerves are kind of calmed down. You know what I'm saying? The hype is kind of just faded, so I'm kind of just looking at it from like an objective point of view now. And I think they could do it. I got faith in the Russos. I do. And Robert's a great actor. Like, he's gonna kill whatever he does. And I'm not saying he's gonna be literally like an Iron Man, evil Iron Man copy. Like, I think he's gonna actually be like a good Victor Von Doom. So I got faith. We're gonna see. We're gonna see in a year. Hopefully they don't work the visual effects people hard. And we're able to get like a polished, you know.
Please, bro. It's supposed to come out this year.
No, next year.
Okay, good. Give them a solid year.
The only movie I think we get this year is Fantastic Four, I believe, and the Cap that just dropped.
Because if it was coming out this year, I'd be scared for the CGI for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have time to cook that well. But if they got a whole year starting now from the release, probably even before that, to be honest, of like working on that, getting every character in. I think what they need to do, my final thoughts are, they need to figure out screen time with all these A-list, B-list celebrities that they're bringing in. Because I think they did good Infinity War. They did good Endgame. Did we want more from some characters? I'm a Hulk fanboy. I wanted more Hulk. We didn't get nearly as much Hulk as I thought we would have in both movies.
Don't get me started on Hulk.
Yeah.
The way they did him was pretty foul.
But I think they did pretty valid as far as like most of everybody, especially in Infinity War. So we'll see. That's like my only thing.
This
I'm really
has
worried
to
about.
be at least like closing in on a 4-hour movie. We're gonna see. We definitely gonna see. We'll definitely be sure to cover our thoughts continuously. Be sure to tap in with our podcast, Baka Talks. We don't just talk, like I said, just anime and manga. We do talk other things like this. So if you're curious about other stuff we do, or you want to see us talk more about Marvel when it comes to the MCU or things outside the MCU, just be sure to like, subscribe, like that, like the video, ring that bell, and we'll be sure to do that for y'all. But overall, man, we're excited to see where it comes, man. Cautiously optimistic, but in the Russos we trust, man. That's my final verdict. And Russos we trust.